Hey there everybody, this is Gregaman reporting in once again for a fifth and final combat overview. This time we'll be taking a look at Nero, who is one of the two returning playable characters from the original Devil May Cry 4. Now if you already consider yourself pretty well versed in Nero's mechanics, you can click away right now because this is just a recap of existing mechanics. That said, if you're a newcomer to the Devil May Cry series, Nero just might be the character for you. He's designed to be kind of an entry point character. As you can see, even visually, he's kind of reminiscent of Dante, but his mechanics are a little bit less to swallow all at once. That said, there's plenty of depth to be uncovered with Nero. He's got a handful of very interesting combat mechanics, which I'll introduce right now. So first off, Nero has his sword, which is called the Red Queen. Now this is not your ordinary sword. It actually has a special ability to be revved if you hold L2. And as you can see, as I'm pressing L2, that red gauge is going up. And this will power up the next attack that Nero unleashes, up to 3 levels. But as you can see, revving the sword is quite a slow action, and it actually slows down his walking speed as well, so it's not particularly practical for when you're in battle. So instead, you can use an ability called X-Act, and its upgraded version Max-Act, to rev the sword instantaneously. And you do that by attacking and then pressing L2 with the right timing during the attack. You get an instant rev. And if you're good, you can actually rev all 3 levels at once using the Max Act upgrade. Now once you have a charged blade, that will power up the next attack, but if you keep revving during attacks, you can keep your blade charged all the time, but it takes really good timing. It becomes a very addictive sort of metagame trying to find the perfect timing for each of Nero's sword moves. You can charge up every sword move he has. Of course, even without revving the sword, Nero has a pretty vast and powerful array of sword combos and moves. And on the firearm side, Nero has his trusty Blue Rose, this magnum-like gun. It's not quite as fast as the Ebony and Ivory, but it ain't slow. It can also perform a charge shot up to 3 levels. And finally, that brings us to the Devil Bringer. This is sort of Nero's signature characteristic. He has an enchanted demonic hand, which he can use to pull enemies in, throw them, pull himself to other locations, or just hold an enemy up in the air for maximum humiliation.
Shall we dance? And
yes, of course, Nero does have a devil trigger. It works a little bit differently than the other characters, though, as Nero is a character of somewhat mysterious origins. You'll see instead of transforming himself, he just gets this sort of ghost image behind him of someone who seems somehow familiar. And that ghost image will sort of echo his attacks and also give him access to a few really powerful moves. And those are the basics. Let's go ahead and check them out in action. I also recommend you do a quick YouTube search for Nero combo videos because there are already people out there who can work wonders with this guy. Look forward to Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition when it releases on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC on June 23rd. Thanks for watching.